Yes, people, we are back in the building once again. Home and away, Afcon Live 2025. Group D, final day. Benin, Senegal, and Botswana, Congo. Should be a very interesting set of fixtures over the next 90 minutes or so. So I'm watching Benin, Senegal, but I'm waiting to see what happens in the game because I can't see the Benin Botswana Congo one, which is a bit surprising. They've not made it available for me in the UK. I don't know why. I'll have a look what I need to do. Maybe I need to just pause my VPN and maybe it'll be all right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Nah, it's not available. We've kicked off in the game between Senegal and Benin. To everybody who's going to be watching right now, but I can't see it. Big up to Hassan in the building. Appreciate you for coming through, my bro. Make sure if you're out there, you're new to Pros Only Sports, make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe button as well. If you're new, hit the notification bell. If you're on X, we're streaming live over there. Make sure you're following the account Pros Only Sports, also on TikTok and on Instagram. Look at the UK pack coming in here to troll Nigeria. Jollof is goated. Relax, bruv. But we're here. I don't know what's going on. Channel 4 slacking. We're not gonna get this Botswana Congo game, which is a bit annoying. Because I wanted to be able to watch both of them just to kind of give everybody a bit of just a little bit of a rundown between these two teams, but unfortunately we can't get that as of yet. Hopefully Channel 4 fix that for us. But nevertheless, we are going to run as we do and see what happens. It's a big game for all of the teams, to be honest, in the group. Well, 3 of them, because Botswana are going home. So for them, it's really about pride. But between Benin, Congo, and Senegal, they're all playing for the top spot, the runners-up spot, and the third place spot as well. Let's see if that's going to happen. Let me give you a quick rundown of the teams as well. Apologies, I came a bit late. Just had to get myself a quick snack. But Benin, Gernot Raw as the manager, Danjanu in goal, Uru, Verdon, Tijani, and Roche. In midfield, it is Doku, Atijiku, and Hassane. Up front is Tosin, Mooney, and Olatan. And for Senegal, it is Edouard Mendy in goal, Diatta, Sek, and Koulibaly. Then you have El Haj Malik Diouf, the fullback, left back for West Ham. Had a great season to start so far for his new team. In midfield, it's Pape Matar comes into the midfield. Lamine Kamara comes into the midfield. Idrissa Gana Gueye keeps his place. And then up front, you have Mane, Iliman Ndiaye, and Diallo up top. Now, let's get into the other game in the group, Congo and Botswana. In Botswana, you have Boko in goal, Lianiane, Gaulawele, Loke, and Johnson. Then you have Motatsiwa and Cooper in midfield. Then up front, you have Sekenyang, Baruti, Boy, and Sesigny. Then for Congo, you have Mpasi in goal, Kalulu, Mbemba, Ushiri, and Joris Kayembe. Then in the midfield, you have Elia, Macau, Piquel, and Mbuku. And then up front, Gel Kakuta gets the start. So does Fiston Mayele. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in there. Let's get a reminder of the group and how it stands as it stands. Senegal are top with they've won one and drawn one, 4 points. Congo are second, also 1-1 and draw one as well with 4 points. Benin are in third with 3 points because they've won one and lost one. And then is Botswana, who have played 2, lost 2, and are out of the competition as it stands. So we'll see where Benin potentially end up because if they win this game, they actually top the group. Um, they will top the group if they win this game, or at least be runners up. Let's say if Congo win their game against Botswana, so they have a chance to go through outright as one of the top two in this group if they can get a result against this strong Senegalese side, who are changed a little bit for changes. Uh, but let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. Hassan saying he's watching Senegal Berlin. Yes, we are. You said yourself. You just did. Relax, bro. But we're here. We are here. I don't know what's happening. Why? Okay, yes, they are here. We got both games on. I'm gonna be watching a little bit more. I'm gonna keep an eye on a little bit more on the Benin Senegal game. The reason why is because this one has a bigger outcome in terms of who finishes top runners up, maybe third place in the group, as opposed to the Congo game because Botswana are really playing for pride. But I'll keep an eye on both games. Big up to everybody who's here right now. We are ready. We're here. We're live. We're doing what we need to do. Here's youth. If Botswana um, do not salvage a point today, they will go home disgraced. Yeah, probably. Probably. We'll see what happens though. I don't think they're gonna get anything, to be honest, Hassan. I don't think they're gonna get anything, bro. Like they've had a pretty poor tournament so far, and I don't think they're gonna get anything from today's game. I think Congo have enough to beat them. So let's see what happens. Did he win the ball? That was a good header there for Congo with that Piquel coming forward from midfield, but he heads over. Oh no, we're getting a VAR check in the Benin Senegal game. Was that a penalty? Was that a penalty? Diallo? No, I don't think it's a pen. Ooh, is that a penalty? Obviously, he didn't get the ball, but what's happening here? What's going to happen here? Is it going to be a penalty? Okay, play on. Play on. It would have been nice. You're having problems with the channel. It's blacked out. I think I'm all right. I don't have any problems so far. It's on now. All right, cool. So you're back. You're back. The ball long. And Congo are in behind. His Mr. Mayele. Can he play it across? He doesn't. Takes a shot himself. And it's a corner, I think, to Congo. They're thinking it's offside. Yeah, he's off. Is he? Mayele? He looked off, but could have been played on the far hand side. Yeah, it is offside. It's from your provider. Being Sports is having technical difficulties. Yeah, Being Sports is the provider in America for the African Cup of Nations this time around. That one I know for sure. Here's Hassani, Tijani. Here come Congo. Skips away. Can he get across into the box? Good save by Foko in the goal for Botswana to keep out Congo. Early chance here for Congo. Good save by the keeper. He's done really well, the keeper for Botswana. He's been the standout player for their team. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because he keeps getting peppered every single time. Eee. Here's Olotan coming forward for Benin. Throw into the box. Ooh. There's tossing, headed away. It's a bit of a scramble in the box there. And there's a head injury, I think. Yeah. So we have a stoppage right now. But Benin look like they're coming here to play. In my opinion, I think they have an opportunity to be in this game. To get even win the group potentially. I don't know if they can, but there's an opportunity here at the very least. It really does depend on what happens to Congo in the next game. But let's see. Let us see. Here comes Congo now with a shot. Blocked away and out for a goal kick. Sorry, for a throw in. There's a chance there for Gel Kakuta. His last dance, I think, for Congo here at the African Cup of Nations. It's good to see him get the start today, former Chelsea player. Mounier just fouled there by Diatta, I think. Sorry, that was Sek that fouled Mounier there. There's Cooper in the midfield for Botswana to give it away. Kakuta just spins there, still showing his quality in his more experienced years. Crosses to the box, cleared away. Something to prove for him. There's Bikel. Here's Olotan. Oh, that's nice. Here's Bikel. Oof. Just wide for Congo there. There's a big opportunity there for the lead for Congo there. Piquel step forward in midfield. Fouls a shot just round the post of Botswana. Poco was just rooted to the center of his goal. We have a stoppage in the game here between Benin and Senegal. It's a very interesting scenario for all of these teams, except for Botswana, as I mentioned before. They are out of the tournament. But Benin could have an opportunity to finish as one of the top two in this group if they can get a win um, here. It obviously depends on what happens with Congo. If they can get the win, they get 7 points. And if they can get a win against Senegal, that means that they can go through as runners up potentially at the minimum. But they are through to the next round anyway. We know that for sure based on the results of today. They are through to the last 16 of the African Cup of Nations for the second time in their history, which is a great achievement for their nation. Here's Verdon. At the GQ. They push forward now. Here's Asane. Doki with the cross. And Jai just trying to spin away from Roche, who scored the winning goal in the game against Botswana. Here's Olotan now, bearing down on goal. Speed. It was a nice cross, but Doku. So that was Tosin there, who couldn't get on that cross from Olotan. And here comes Mane. That was a good intervention there from Verdon. They win the ball there. Hassane. Here's Doku. Atijiku. Ball over to Roche. Here's Olotan again. Can he keep hold of the ball? He does. Does really well there, Olotan. Gets himself out of trouble. That's great. There's Hassane. Atijiku. Here's Tosin. Benin are playing really well. I think they've come into their own as the tournament has begun. Obviously, they lost that opening game against DR Congo, but then they were able to beat Botswana, and now they find themselves in a great position now to potentially finish as a runners up at the minimum in this group if they can get something from this game. And as I said, it's the game that you need to watch if you're out there. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion. You're expecting Congo to win, even with a largely changed team against Botswana. There's a cross into the box for Congo, and Mayele unable to get on the end of that cross. Here's Idrissa Ganagay. Here's Njai. Dispossessed, but it's a free kick. Big up to everybody who's watching right now on Pros Only Sports. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the button and subscribe button. If you're new, if you're on X, make sure you follow the account Pros Only Sports on X, also on Instagram and TikTok. And also make sure you share that broadcast and like it as well. Big up to everybody who's watching right now. Another day of Afcon action Tomorrow we finish the group stage with groups E and F being concluded. So those that want need to know is Algeria versus who are they playing? Algeria. So Sudan are definitely playing against who are they playing? Sudan, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea against Algeria, and then in the evening, the final set of group games for this round will be Gabon against Ivory Coast and Mozambique against Cameroon. All to play for, I think, in all those groups in terms of their final positionings, in terms of who finishes top and who finishes runners up, and even who finishes third in the case of Group F as well. We'll see what happens there. Here's Kayembe. Eee, that was a good cross, and Mayele couldn't get on the end of it, or he did, but was unable to steer that header towards goal. Here come Benin. Here's Asane into space. Here's Mounier. Here's Verdon stepping forward from defense, and they give it away. Here's Mane. Here's Mane passing to midfield. They give it away. Here come Benin. They're on the counter. Here's Mounier. Hasn't got the pace, but he's got the experience. And then he gets fouled by Drissa Gana Gueye. Here's Kakuta and the strike over. Kalulu with the strike over the bar. There's a free kick to Benin. Shot well over the bar. Tijani with the shot. Tough shot, and it just flew well over the bar. Here's Kayembe into Mayele. And they give it away. It goes out of play for a goal kick to Botswana. Here's Idrissa Gana Gueye in the Benin Senegal game. Here's Mane. And it's a corner. Oh, it's a free kick. Wow, tossing has been booked. with the foul on Sadio Mane. That's a foul. Yeah, that's a foul. It's a yellow card. It's a pretty bad tackle there. He just missed the ball, but he definitely gets the man. So tossing has been booked. Free kick to Senegal, just on, just left on the edge of the, well, on the left hand side of the edge of the box. Can Senegal get their first opportunity on goal here in the game after 25 minutes? Diatta and Diouf are going to be over this free kick. Oh, that's a waste. Diatta, that was a waste. He just kind of takes the free kick himself, ignores everybody in the center of the box, and he hits it well over the bar. It was always rising. Here's Aliman Njai. Hasn't really got himself going in the tournament so far. For started all three games now in the group stage, but just hasn't been his kind of free flowing self. Um, Obviously his first Afcon, having to maybe adjust a little bit to the style of play in, obviously in the competition. It's a little bit different than it is at qualifying stage, because this is the best teams in Africa that are coming against each other. So every game is difficult, near enough. That's a bad foul from Roche. Free kick to Senegal. Free kick to Senegal. It's a shot well over the bar by Meshek Elia in the Congo Botswana game. Congo are pushing forward to try and get that first goal. They're pushing to try and get the top spot in the group here in Group D, and it's really in their hands. They win that game, they really can do it. In Senegal, play short. Can Benin break? Here is Doku now. Gets fouled. There's a free kick to Botswana after the foul. After the foul on second young from Bushiri. Here come Benin now. Here's Roche. Ah, they can't get the ball. Ooh, that's actually no, that's good. Tossing keeps the ball there. Well defended. Second Koulibaly clears. They keep the ball here. Here's Olotan. And there's a foul. Free kick to Benin. Pat Matessar just unable to get the ball away from Tosin, who puts himself between the ball and Pat Matessar, and it's a free kick to Benin. Yimbuku! And he scores! And Congo take the lead. 1-0. And Congo will take that in the game against Botswana. There's their dominance. Their dominance is paid off. And Mbuku has scored in the 30th minute to give Congo the lead. And they are looking as if they're going to be top of the group. As it stands, they are top of the group. 7 points from their 3 games. That's lovely from Gel Kakuta. Little back heel into Mbuku, who was running onto it. And he slides in and gets the finish. That is great play from Gel Kakuta. Makes his first start in the tournament. He is an elder statesman in this side. He wasn't even going to be part of the team. Only an injury saw him get his late call up. And look at what he does, an assist on his start in the tournament. And Congo are looking strong. They were my favorites. They were my picks to win this tournament. I think they can. I think they can. There's a stoppage in the game between Benin and Senegal. I think Atijiku is down with an injury. Oi, Algeria versus Senegal is going to be a hilarious game. I can't wait for it. You see how it's chaos, bro? It's just chaos now. Because with Congo leading now, it's problems, isn't it? Mad. Big up to man like Drizzy, as always, bro. But yeah, man, Congo have been dominating. I mean, to be honest, Botswana, they weren't going to get much in this game at all. We knew this already. They're already out of the competition. And now Congo with a slightly changed team, they look like they're going to qualify. They look like they're going to qualify potentially. Let's see. Let's see. Here's Meshek Elia trying to get the 1-2 going. Here's Piquel for Congo. Oh, and Jai getting away from Roche, and it's a foul. It is a foul. It's a free kick. Here's Kakuta. Here's Meshek Elia now for Congo. Tried to pass the ball to Mayele. Did he keep it in? He does. Here's Kakuta. Strike. Blocked away. Can Botswana break? Oh no, it's the ball went out. Or was it offside? Oh, the ball went out of play. Free kick to Senegal. Cleared away by Benin. And it's a throw in. Here's Ndiaye. Is he going to go himself? He gives it away. It's Olotan. Here's Mane. Gives it away. Here's Doku. Towards Munier. So cross by Elia again. They're saying handball. Here's Beruti. Now for Botswana. Over to second Yang. What's happened here? Is it VAR? Is VAR potentially handball in the Congo game? Let's see. Meshik Elia has a cross. Hey, that might be handball. That might be handball, you know. Is his arm in an unnatural position? They might have to. It might be going. We might be going there. Penalty check in the game between Congo and Botswana. He might have to go to the monitor. I can't lie. It looks because they've given handballs for that in this tournament. I think it was Gaulawele who was on the ground there sliding to try and block the cross from Meshek Elia. And he's sliding and then he kind of hits the ball hits his hand from the cross. I think it's a penalty. VAR. He's gonna check. He's going to the screen, people. A VAR check in the Botswana versus DR Congo game. Potential penalty here against Botswana, as I believe it was Galawele who handles the ball in the box from Meshek Elia's cross. His hand looked like it was in an unnatural position because I don't think you need your hand up there if you're trying to slide to try and block the ball. The ball hits his hand. I think that's a pen. Goal! It's a goal! Set with a finish. It's all kicking off here. Set scores the header from the free kick. And in the Botswana game, it's a penalty for Congo. And everything is kicking off here. Wow. Things have kicked off here. Penalty for Congo. And Sek has scored in the 38th minute for Senegal. And it's kind of like as we were, both teams winning 7 points each. But Senegal would have scored more goals. And so therefore, they are going to be finishing top as it stands. Gal Kakuta to pick up the penalty here. Already got an assist. Can he get a goal on his return to the starting lineup? Senegal have scored. Yes, they have, Hassan. They have. and Congo, Algeria, we are back. Hey, these last 16 ties are looking tasty. I can't lie. But Gal Kakuta on the penalty spot now. Gal Kakuta readying himself. Gal Kakuta steps up and he scores. And Kakuta gets his goal on his return. And it is 2-0 to Congo. And all you have to say is that looks like it's game over already in that game between themselves and Botswana. And everything is kicking off, mate. Everything is kicking off here, man. Boy, we got some VAR check happening in the Benin Senegal game though. Is it a foul? They're telling you to back up. We have a check in this game. Is it a foul? Oh, okay. Maybe they're looking for like a potential handball, like not for, but against Senegal. So Diatta with the free kick. Let's see. Ah, it comes off the hand. It comes off the hand of Sek. I think this goal is going to be disallowed. This goal is going to be disallowed, I think. I think so. Yeah, I think so. It's handball. I think the ball brushed up his elbow. Yeah, I think so as well. I think this is going to be disallowed. It doesn't give you that power, but I think it came off his head and then on his elbow. I think off his head and then his elbow and then goes into the net. So you could disallow it, but if they're checking for it, I think they're going to disallow it. Oh, it's given. Oh, it's been given. It's given. Goal stands. Yeah, yeah. So I think it came off his head and then skips and then hits his elbow as well and then goes behind. Goes into the goal. Here's Hassani just fouled there. Here come Botswana. They're coming forward. Here's second Yang into the box now. Good defending. Goal kick. Good defending by Mbemba. Here's Diatta. Here's the ball in behind. Manega! Ooh! Diallo nearly had it. Diallo outstretched leg. Sorry, that was El Haj Malik Diouf with the cross there, and Diallo gets in front of Tijani. Oh, I don't even. I think that would have been. I think it was Tijani who touched the ball there. So it should be a corner. That should be a corner, but he didn't give it. 7 minutes of added time in this first half, and 6 minutes of added time in the game between Botswana and Congo. As it stands, these two teams, Congo and Senegal, who are leading in each of their games, will be going through. Senegal will be going top. However, the goal difference is going to be key potential because Congo's goal difference now changes in a bit of a different place. Let's have a look at it now. So they're now only one goal that separates them. So that's very interesting. Congo need to score one more and then they go level. And they potentially could go. They potentially could go above them, depending on I think what would be the next tiebreaker, which would maybe disciplinary records. I don't know who's got more yellow cards, etc. Because they would have had identical number of goals scored, identical number of goals conceded, but Congo need one more, and I think they'll get that in this game. To be honest, it's the ball forward. Danjinu comes out of his goal. Hassan nearly slips and gives the ball away there. Ball out of play. Here's Mane. Good ball inside. Is that a free kick? No foul. Here's Doku. Tossing. Semenyo already playing like trash for Bournemouth. The amount of criticism he'll get from Ghana. He's going to City, bro. His mind is gone now. He's getting ready for his move. January 1st, apparently, is supposed to be happening on New Year's Day. He's supposed to be gone. This is going to be his last game. Congo win the ball back. They're pushing to try and get a third goal just to put themselves in Buku. Try to find Mayele, but maybe a bit too early there with the ball. Good idea though. His money. That's a heavy tackle there. It's a free kick for Senegal. I think it's been a very competitive game between these two sides, just because of what's riding for both of these two teams here. Been tough midfield battle here. Here's Olotan trying to push forward. Forward, gets past Gusagana. Here's Doku. That's a good ball into Mounier. Cross. Mounier. Oh, good save by Mendy. That was a chance there for Benin. The thing about it is they have done really well in this first half, in my opinion. They have not come here to just kind of take their third place in the group. They want to try and get an equalizer. They want to do something in this game and in this group and affect things. And with a slightly changed side in Senegal, they want to try and take advantage. Let's see what happens in the second half. But that was a good chance for Mounier there. Good play by Olatan as well, once again. Here's Njai. Cuts inside. Roche fouled. His Kakuta in the other game. Crossed into the box, cleared away. Drizzy saying that he thinks this Manchester City move will save him from the criticism. Nah, he's one on Ghana's fans and media criticism will be peak for him. Why are they criticizing him though? Like I feel like he's had a good season to begin with. Here come Benin. Where's Olatan? That's a good ball to toss in. Ooh. Half time in the game between Benin and Congo. 2-0. Gelka Kuta and Mbuku with the goals in that game. It is a corner here for Benin. And it's the last kick of the game, probably. Olotan with the Mendy flaps. Can they still keep it? They can. One last chance here. Here's Atajiku. That's a good turn. They give it away. And it is half time. Oh no. No, it's a foul. A foul on Lamine Kamara there. Doku fouls him. Drizzy saying that the way he plays for rubbish for Ghana, a pep player shouldn't play like that. Well, now that's where he's going. He's going to go to a coach that's going to make sure that he's like levels above. Okay, it's half time in the game between Senegal and Benin. Interesting first half. It is 1-0. Abdoulaye Sek with the goal from the free kick. There was a lengthy VAR check to check if there was a handball. The ball hit his head and then onto his arm and into the net, so they allowed it to stand. But it's been a great first half of football here. Benin are definitely not out of this game. They've tried. They had a small chance at the end there. Steve Mounier in the center of the box could only strike the ball straight at Mendy in goal for Senegal. But look, we'll be back, people. I'll be back in a short time. Make sure you stay tuned here on Pros Only Sports. Back shortly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're back, people. We're back. Look, I mean, it was a good first half. I think in both games, to be totally honest, Congo doing exactly what they need to do: put pressure on Senegal at the top of the group, and they're doing it. 2 goals to 0. Botswana, as I said, they've been knocked out of the tournament so far. They've been knocked out of the tournament after 2 defeats in their first 2 games, and they weren't really going to offer much here against the Congo side, who are motivated to try and get themselves top of the group here. Um, it's literally been all of them in the first half, and I've kept my eye on the game quite well because they've had a few chances to extend their lead beyond the 2 goals that they scored. They need to score another one. If they score another one, it really changes the dynamic of it, because now they'll be level on goals scored in the game, as in the group as well. So, well, now it's not after the goal for Senegal. So score a couple more to put themselves level again. But that'll be very interesting to see how many more goals they can potentially get in this game. And if they can clean sheet, it's even better for them. But this game is not over between Benin and Senegal. After you saw that chance by Steve Mounier for Benin towards the end of that great save from Edouard Mendy, they have an opportunity to spoil things for Senegal in this scenario. If they can get a draw or even a surprise win, all of a sudden, they put themselves in pole position to be at least runners up, or to be runners up in this group as it stands. But as it stands, it's as you were. Benin are going to be coming third, which will mean that they will end up playing potentially Egypt in Agadir on Sunday. But let me give you a rundown of actually who are in the last 16 as it stands. But it is Mali and Tunisia. They're going to be playing first on Saturday in the last 16. We're still awaiting the winner of this group potentially taking the winner of the third place in Group E. And so third place in Group E could be potentially Sudan or Burkina Faso. So we don't know. So the winner of this group, so it could be Senegal versus Sudan, or Senegal against Burkina Faso. It could be Congo against Sudan or Burkina Faso. We don't know. And then Egypt will take on the third place in Group D. So Egypt could potentially take on Benin in this scenario as it stands right now. Then potentially it'll be the winner of Group F, which is the Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Mozambique, and Gabon group, taking on the runner-up in Group E, which will be the Sudan, Equatorial Guinea, Algeria, and who is the other team in there, and Burkina Faso. So as I mentioned, in that one, if it's the winner in Group F, as it stands, it's Ivory Coast, but it could be Cameroon. Will take on the runner-up in Group E, which could be any one of Burkina Faso, Sudan, or even Algeria. You never know. You never know based on the final day results. Let's have a look here. And then South Africa, they will take on the runner-up of Group F. So they could potentially take on Cameroon, Ivory Coast, or Mozambique in their last 16 game. Morocco, Tanzania have been set in stone, so they face off against each other on the 4th of January. And then Algeria are waiting for the runner-up in this group. So Algeria, as I mentioned, could potentially play Senegal. They could potentially play Congo, which is probably the most likely scenario as it stands right now. They could even potentially face Benin if they can somehow get a shock win in this group game. But I don't think that may happen. I think at the best, they're probably looking at a draw, which puts Congo top. And it means Senegal leave Rabat and have to go and play. They have to leave Tangier and have to go to Rabat to play against Algeria. So that'll be very interesting there. And then Nigeria will face off with the third in Group F, which as it stands right now is Mozambique, but could end up being Cameroon or Ivory Coast, depending on what happens in those final games. Let's see how they are finally placed. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the second half. We got to keep an eye on the scoreline for Congo against Botswana. Can they get more goals? Can they propel themselves into that top spot on goal difference? Because as it stands, they are level on points with Senegal, and it's only goal difference that is separating them, putting Senegal top and them in second. So we have to keep an eye on the goals there. But we also have to keep an eye on Benin because they're knocked out of this game. They're only down by 1. They could get themselves back into this game and potentially push for a winner. We're expecting chaos. I'm expecting fireworks in the second half for both of these teams. So let's see what happens there. Big up to everybody who's watching right now on Pros Only Sports. Make sure you're hitting that like button and subscribe button. But if you're new, hit the notification bell. Well, if you're on X and you're watching along, make sure you hit that like button on the video, retweet the broadcast, follow the account Pros Only Sports on X, on Instagram, and on TikTok. Big up to everybody who's supporting so far. Home and away, Afcon Live. We're here, 2025. The end of the group stages tomorrow. As I mentioned before, it's Group E and Group F. So Algeria, Sudan, Equatorial Guinea, and Burkina Faso. Then it's Gabon, Ivory Coast, Cameroon, and Mozambique. And then that's it for the group stage. We take a couple of days break back on Saturday. Then we've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It is going to be all of the final 16 teams. We're going to go through all those games, see who gets knocked out, see who goes through to the quarterfinals. Then it's a couple of days break. Then we return again on the Friday and Saturday, on the 9th and 10th of January for those quarterfinal fixtures. So there'll be 2 games on the Friday, 2 games on the Saturday to settle that. And then we got a couple of days break again, back for the semi-finals on the 13th and 14th, which I believe is a Tuesday and Wednesday of the week in January, 13th and 14th. And then we will see in each of those, it will be 2 games. It'll be 1 game each on each of those 2 days, and we'll see who goes through to the final and who goes into the third, fourth playoff. Third, fourth playoff will take place on the Saturday. I remember a few years ago when we did this, we completely did not watch the third, fourth playoff game, which was a mad game between, I think it was Cameroon and Burkina Faso, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was them two, and that was a mad game. I think it ended up like, I think it was like 4-3, 5-3 or something like that. It was something crazy. Cameroon won that and came third. So we'll see who ends up there, and then obviously the final takes place on the 18th of January, and the man them will be in the studio for that. So that's going to be interesting to be able to do that for the first time. Should be fun, should be vibes. Hopefully a good game as well, but we'll be there from the start to the finish. Whether it's going to go, if it's going to finish in 90, if it's going to finish after extra time, or even after penalties. I would love penalties. Give us penalties. We're here for our money's worth. We might as well make it worthwhile. But it should be interesting to see what happens there. Big up to everybody who's going to be staying along with us throughout this tournament. Drizzy saying Senegal need to fix their defense, or for the love of God, play your best midfield pair. They're just resting players. That's what it looks like. They're resting players to try and see themselves through to the next round. But let's see what happens in regards to this. And it looks as if in Congo and Botswana, we are ready to go. Players are on the pitch. And in the game between Senegal and Benin, they're just about making their way up the tunnel to make themselves to put themselves on the pitch. So let's see what happens here. But yeah, let's see. We're going to kick off here. Congo and Botswana. Botswana making a change. Copeland, I believe, has come on. Don't know who's come off though. It looks like Second Yang, potentially. I don't know. But we've kicked off here, second half between Congo and Botswana. Congo pushing to try and get more goals in this game because it is there for the taking if they want it. They don't have to settle for second place in this group as it stands. They can say we've tried our hardest, but you haven't really. You have an opportunity here. Cross comes into the box and Poco takes out his fellow defender. Just to gather that ball. And Foko is holding his knee after his clash with his own defender here. So there's a stoppage already at the start of the game. No, start of the second half, sorry, between Congo and Botswana. Foko is down. Oloko to come on. Oloko to come on for Benin. Mbule Diao and Mbai coming on. Mbai coming on. And Habib Diarra coming on. Maybe Njai will go into the 10. Foko is back up for Botswana and they continue. And we have kicked off in the second half here between Benin and Senegal. I'm excited to see a bit more of Ibrahim Mbaye for Senegal. He's come on in the second half here. Very exciting 17-year-old player. Plays for PSG. Very big coup to bring him on board um, as early as they have, which kind of just shows you the strength of their FA and their organization in terms of bringing in players that obviously are born outside of the country, but they've got some talent across the world that they can just bring in and bring them in early. Here come Benin. That's nice from ooh. Oloko was just trying to push forward there. Here's Oloko trying to push the ball forward. Here's Verdon. Here's Tijani. Free kick straight. Here's Mbaye. That's a that's a foul. Is that not a foul? Yeah, it's a foul. Has to be a foul. Tijani just bundling Mbaye over. Mbappe, Elise, Cherky against the Senegalese defense. France will kill them. This defense, maybe not. I mean, this defense, maybe yes, but if it was their actual defense, I wouldn't say so. So Niakite is out of the starting lineup today. Um, and who was alongside Koulibaly in the first two games? Because Sek has come in. Let me just have a look at the bench. Let me have a look at the bench real quick. Cease. It might be Indai or is I think it's Indai. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, think it's going to be a tough game for the two sides. To be honest, I don't think it's that much of a foregone conclusion. To be honest, they're a really good side. Senegal is just a Ghana gay sec back to Mendy. Here's Koulibaly. It's going to hit Diouf now, pushing forward, and it's just too strong for Diouf. Here's Kakuta. Is just a Ghana gay towards Mbaye, but away by Roche. And his Koulibaly. Here's Verdon. Here's Oruhu. So balling behind. And here come Benin, but the ball breaks down there. Oh, that's nice. It's a bit of space here now. Here's Diarra. Takes a shot. Oh, curls it round the post. Danny scoring all his goals just to miss the World Cup. This is sad. Is this? Oh, you're talking about Danny Welbeck? Yeah, just scored a penalty. I scored a penalty. I was just seeing it. Crazy, right? I'm just saying, like, I would love to get him onto an episode of No Boundaries and talk to him about, does he regret it? Does Danny Welbeck regret it? Does he regret not replacing Asamoah Gyan as the main striker for Ghana? Because he would still be the striker right now. He's playing well. He'd still be the striker right now for me. But who knows, man? Who knows? Here's Mounier. He's got the ball. Here's Sassane. Ooh, that's lovely. Tossing, just getting a bit of space there, but couldn't get the ball on target. I mean, he got the ball on target, but just couldn't really get a power behind it. Benin, as I said, are not out of this game. They can create some chaos here. Here's Mbuku now into the box for Congo. Outside of his boots. Kakuta! Oof! Blocked away. And it will go out for a corner to Congo. They need more goals if they want to finish top of this group. Is there a change happening? Yeah, there's going to be a couple of changes for both sides. Benin pushing. Benin pushing for more than just third place. It's going to be a couple of changes for Congo. Bongonda's coming on. Mbuku's off. Goal scorer for Congo, the first goal for Congo, and Balik Shiwa coming on as well for Elia. Yee. They need to score a second goal and face South Sudan. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it's like it's so evenly poised. I think Senegal are trying to keep their pressure on, but at the same time, they could be vulnerable at the back potentially. Like all Benin have to do is get one chance, a good chance, and they could score, and it changes the dynamic of the group again. Because if they don't finish top, they actually have to leave Tangier and have to go to Agadir, I believe. Because you can because whoever is Senegal could stay here to the semi final if they wanted to, and that's huge. Sometimes if they win all their games and get to the semi final, like it means they don't have to change hotels, they don't have to move, they don't have to go across the country, they don't have to do any of that. They can just stay exactly at that right at their camp, and that's huge sometimes in tournaments. You don't get no disruption. So there's incentive for them to win here and to at least seal it off here. A draw is not good enough for them, but it's everything potentially for Benin. Even though they're already through, by the way. Here's just a Ghana gay and by back to Sek. It's Koulibaly now. Here's Bongonda now in the Congo game. Byline in the center of the goal. Goal! Gel Kakuta scores his second. And as I said, keep an eye on the goals. The goals are increasing again for Congo. Gel Kakuta with his second goal, and he's got an assist. And it is obviously game over, but let's have a look at the goals. Let's have a look at the goals here, people, because so let's have a look here. There's still only one goal off, I think. They just need to update it here. It's great play from Bongonda. Gets to the byline and finds Gauka Kuta in the center of the goal. Fiston Mayele just missed it. And it ends up in his teammate's path. And it is 3-0 to Congo. As I said, they are my favorites to win this tournament. They have played really well throughout this competition so far. And they're on their way to their second victory at the finals. And they maybe could end up top of this group if they can get more goals. And as I said, keep an eye on the goals. Eesh. It's a goal. Is that a corner? Oh, it's a corner. It came off Tajani there. There could be more goals in the game between Botswana and Congo. Congo are looking for more. And if they can get more, because the goal difference is the same now, but Senegal have scored more. So let's see. Because they're saying it's +4, +4. Yes, it's +4. They've scored the same amount of goals as each other now. So one more goal for Congo, and all of a sudden they are topping the group on goal difference. So let's see. It's a free kick for Benin. Senegal need a goal. So do Congo. It's going to be a frantic finish towards the end, I think, in both of these games, as both teams are trying to score the goals to keep them top or get them top in the group. There's a ball diagonal. Verdon with the header. What can they do now here, Benin, as they come forward on the attack? Nearly gives it away there. They give it away. Yes, they do give it away. And it's gone out for a throw into Benin. And it's a goal! I nearly missed it. And Congo are now 4-0 up. As I said, keep an eye on the goals because it means now that Congo are top of the group. Fiston Mayele with the goal to put Congo top of the group. Good header there by Mayele. Came off his shoulder. It came off his shoulder there. And that is big now for the group because Congo are going to be top of the group here. Frantic end to this game. As I said, keep an eye on the goals. Looks as if we're getting a check here. So header down. There's a check on the goal. It came off the elbow of Mayele, but sorry, off the shoulder of Mayele, but that's not handball. So we know that in football, if it's shoulder below, so below your shoulder is handball. If it hits your shoulder, that's fine. That's the rules I know. So if they're saying that it's not right, then I don't know what's happened to the laws of the game. I think the news will filter in soon. Go go! And Senegal have scored. Diallo with the finish, and it changes. It changes. It changes now. We're going to a VAR check on the goal here for Congo. But in this game, Diallo has scored for Senegal. And it's now, it is 2-0. But we have a VAR check in the game. I wonder if they're going to disallow this. Good cross. Good finish by Diallo. Let's have a look. Are they going to give this? Or are they going to disallow it here? It came off the elbow. Sorry, off the shoulder of Mayele. Are they going to disallow this goal? That ball might be out. It was in. Clean finish, great pass from Mane. And the referee says VAR. No go. He said handball, no go. I thought that if the ball hits your shoulder, it's fine. That's what I thought it would be. So we go back to 3-0, and Congo still are behind. Well, they're behind now on the goals. I thought if it's shoulder is fine, below your shoulder is handball. I don't know the rules then. So Senegal are top again. That's handball. One goal separates these two teams. Senegal should score more. You need to. If they don't, you don't know if they, because I think there's more goals for Congo in this game. Botswana have basically given up. Botswana have given up, in my opinion. So let's see what happens. So Senegal are top again. They have scored one more goal. They scored six in the tournament so far to Congo's five after that one was disallowed there. But they do need to score more goals. I agree with you, Jizzy. They need to score more goals just to make sure that they're safe. One goal, maybe more, and they'll probably be safe, in my opinion. Because I do not see in the final 20 minutes they can get two. They have to get two in this one if they want to be sure, and I don't think they can. I think they can get one, but two might be a stretch. Here come Benin. If Benin that's a foul. It's a foul. Free kick just outside the box. Yellow card for Koulibaly. It's a foul by Koulibaly there. But at the same time, if Benin score, it doesn't really do much except for it brings down the goal difference. If Benin score, the goal difference it ends up level again, and then it's down to fair play. So the commentator said that if they are tied in terms of points, goals scored, goals conceded. Well, no, I think if it's goals conceded, then Senegal will be second because Congo have only conceded one, and that was in the game against Senegal. So it'll probably go down to goals conceded, depending on what happens. Will Benin get a goal here? Who knows? Here we are. Now we're getting a VAR. So we're getting a VAR check. They're looking for a red card in the. They're looking at a red card for Koulibaly with the foul. So they were given a yellow. They might give a red for this. Oi! Aye. Red card for that. I think it's a yellow. Me, I think it's a yellow. It's not a red, but they're gonna give a red here because as soon as they send the referee to the monitor, it's a red, and it's gonna create chaos anyway. So we're here. I'm here for the chaos. I don't think it's a red though. It's a yellow card. Afcon rest embarrass us again. That's a yellow card, man. It's not a red, man. But they're gonna give it, which is the sad thing about it all. And now it just weakens their team because Koulibaly is solid. Yeah, if a red is card is harsh, it is incidental. He doesn't mean to do it. There's no intention for him to do that. But it's a foul. It's a yellow card. Leave it at that. Let's have a look. I don't think it's. I think it's worse when you slow it down like this. It looks way worse. VAR, no yellow, and it's a red card. Oh my days, man! What are we doing here, man? Eesh. It's a yellow card for me. But they're saying by the law of the game, I don't think it's a red card though. I don't think it's a red card, man. I don't get that. But they've given it, so it's a red card to Kalidou Koulibaly. Yeah, Senegal now losing him for the last 16 match against whomever they play. Um, Most likely Mozambique. Sorry, not Mozambique. Most likely Sudan. Sudan potentially. I think they'll be able to beat them without him. But anything could happen. They could end up becoming runners up in this group if Benin score from this free kick or another goal for Congo. So who knows? There's an injury as well. There was an injury. That's why they maybe changed their mind. They changed their mind though. Hey, saved by Mendy. He got a save and it's over the crossbar. We see that in almost every game. It has been yellow. I've never seen a red You meant to say red. Red given. Yeah, man. I think it's a yellow card, but they've said it's dangerous play. Whilst I get it, it is dangerous in a sense because somebody can get injured. Achilles, like it's a very bad injury to experience, but I've seen it given yellow, not red though. So I don't know. Is it just a Ghana gay coming forward now? So now, as it stands, if Congo can get one more goal against Botswana, they will be level on goals scored, goals conceded, as it stands, and it will be down to disciplinary. Where now with the red card for Senegal, it means that they go down to second and Congo go top. Crazy situation. Um, Big up to Death Freeze as well. Palace had more players from Senegal and DRC than Botswana and Benin, so supporting DRC and Senegal over Benin and Botswana. Red card looks right. Serious foul in my book. Boy, I hear it, man. I hear it. I hear it. But I've seen it given yellow and not red. So you know. But by the law of the game, that's what they've given. Red card for Kalidou Koulibaly. He's out of that last 16 game, potentially against Sudan on the weekend. So we'll see what happens though. But as it stands right now, Senegal are holding on to their top position. A goal for DR Congo, and all of a sudden they go top. Senegal are second. They leave Tangier and go to Agadir to go and play in the game against Algeria. What a tie that would be. That would be a good tie. I think so. And Congo will end up potentially facing off against Sudan in the game on the weekend. So this is very interesting across the board. Let's see what happens. Down a man, but up by 2 goals to nil. Who knows? But wait, the interesting thing about it is that I don't think Algeria want to play Senegal. That's what I think. Based on what I saw in the game against Burkina Faso, they don't like the physicality. They don't. So they don't want to face Senegal. Senegal have a mixture of flair, physicality, skill. So they're a top team. So they can beat them any kind. Hizimbai, can he score? Ooh. They don't want to face them. So either way, man, let's see. I don't think Algeria want to play Senegal. They struggled against Burkina Faso. They sat back after getting that penalty, early penalty. They sat back for most of the game trying to counter attack, and it wasn't really working. And had Burkina Faso had a bit more going forward, they would have equalized, and then the game changes. Like, so I don't think they want to face them, but I think Senegal would rather just stay in Tangier, play Sudan in the last 16. They don't want to lose their top spot here, so it's a lot. It is a lot. They need another goal. I don't know if they can get it though. And Congo need another goal to finish top, so it's all to play for in the final 10 minutes plus added time in this game, and then they've got 13 minutes plus added time in this game. So let's see what happens here. Um, Interesting in the Premier League. West Ham is beating Brighton by 2 goals to 1. Interesting. It's a Sane. Hey, I'm telling you, they want them to go for it, bro. Because at the end of the day, why not? Why not? If you score now, it puts them in second place. He wants them to go for it because we want the tie. We actually want to see. I want to see Algeria Senegal. I can't lie to you. That's what I want. I prefer it. Here they come. Diarra. I want it. Imagine, bro. Imagine that on Monday. Lit. Because Congo, Sudan, it's a foregone conclusion. I think they beat Sudan easily. I'm not so sure with the Algeria one. It could be some mind in that one. I don't know. But I know Senegal will beat them. They could beat them. Pape Matasar coming off. Pape C's coming on. Congo pushing for that goal. They're coming forward now. Here's a chance here. Can they cross it in? Shot. And it's deflected away. Botswana trying to break. Corner for Senegal. Due to take it, but he's been held up. He takes it now. Eesh. It's a good turn. Here's Juve. Here's Bongonda. Cuts inside. Bongonda with the shot, and it's a goal kick. That's a foul. That's a foul. Senegal just trying to keep the ball. Don't know if this is the best strategy. If I was them, I'm pushing for that third goal because you don't want to leave Tangier. You want to end up top. So another goal is enough. Holding on to for these two goals isn't enough because what happens? What happens if Congo score their goal? You are going to be second. That might be quite disappointing. Here comes Congo pushing forward, trying to get this goal. The ball was played in behind there. Here's Mayele. A triple change now coming for Benin. They're trying to push for a goal. Hey, it's mad, isn't it? I'm telling you, like the fact that all the top teams are like in, there's no big teams going home, which I love. There's no big teams going home. Everybody did their job, and it means that the knockout stage is going to be alive. I can't wait. Congo trying to push forward for this goal into the box. Cross, Bongonda, the header over the bar. Comes Benin, trying to keep the ball here. They're going back. There's no point watching Mali Tunisia game, even Morocco game is pointless to watch. Hey, I'm watching all the games. I don't care. I don't care. We're here, man. We have to see what these teams can do. Mali have been shocking in this tournament so far, and so have Tunisia. But they have to. Somebody's got to win. Are they both going to be negative? I don't know. I want to see. Here comes Benin in the box. Chance. Mooney. California. Hey! It's the corner. That was a chance, man. Senegal fighting for their lives here. Final 4 minutes plus added time. Fighting to stay in Tanzania. Fighting to stay top of the group. Concede another goal. And all of a sudden it goes down to goals conceded because they've scored the same. Can they get the cross into the box here? No. Can they? They have to. Congo. E. Opportunity still alive. Still alive. It's still alive here. Edge of the box. Shot. Well over the bar. Benin with their corner. Mendy claims. Gets fouled. Hopefully he's okay. He's gone down. Sadio Mane coming off. Good shift from Sadio Mane. Njai coming on. Sheriff Njai. They're coming forward. Congo. And there's a foul there on the edge of the box there. Botswana are saying no. They're saying that that's not a foul. How many minutes of added time? 7? That's a chance there. They're saying handball? Yeah, maybe handball they're saying here, but 7 minutes of added time in the game between Botswana and Congo. Can Congo get themselves a goal that propels them to top spot in this group? Let's see. There's a free kick coming towards the Botswana goal. Who's going to take it? Can they get it on target? Senegal are here, holding on to their 2-0 lead. Down to 10 men after sending off Kalidou Koulibaly after a VAR check. And they come forward now. Eee. Cross into the box. That's the free header. Bongonda! Oh! That was a chance there for Congo. 8 minutes of added time here. They need a goal. They need a goal. So you might as well push for it now. Here's Botswana in the box. Oh, over the bar. Because that could have changed things if they'd scored there. Benin with the ball. Long ball. Here come Congo. Bongonda with the header. Oh, he could have put that down. Got to show a bit of composure. Still some time. Here's Njai. He couldn't get the finish. How's it a drop ball in favour of Benin? The ref is trash. He should have scored that. He should have. Sheriff Ndiaye should have scored that there. Benin, you too. Botswana, Joe home. Big up to NN. Hey, Benin scammed the second place. Nah, they scammed no second place. Hey, they're in. Bongonda. Ah, saved by Foco. That was a chance. That was a chance for Congo. That's two for him now. He should have raised it, tried to guide it. Hey, chance for Congo, man, to take the lead in this group. If they'd scored that, they're level on goals scored, but it's goals conceded that changes it. I mean, sorry, they're level on goals scored and conceded goals, but it will be the disciplinary that will change it. Yeah, trust. He needs a move, man. He's been good in this tournament. He's been the best player, hands down. He needs a move out of Botswana, bro. Even if it's to a light South African league, bruv. Any keeper, any league, any keeper in that, any team in that league that need a keeper, you gotta go for Foco, man. Cold, bruv. The ref bad right now. Yeah, they're giving too many late calls. They're trying to spice it up, man. Here's Mukau. Cross. Uh no, not now, but if Congo score, then they're level on goals. And then it would go to disciplinary, but it doesn't look like they're gonna score. They've got a minute left. Here's Mbai. That's a penalty. That is a penalty. That is a penalty for Senegal. That is a penalty. Mbai taken down. That's offside, no? I thought that was offside there. It's a corner. Oh, it's offside. Offside in that game. That game about to finish here. Penalty. Red card two. Penalty. But yeah, this game, Congo, it looks as if they're going to finish. And we have finished. Congo will finish second in the group as on goal difference. They finished second in the group on goal difference. And there's a chance here for Senegal to win this game by 3 goals to 0 as they have a penalty won by Ibrahim Mbaye. It was a clear penalty for me. It's a clear penalty for me. You say it's soft. I don't know if it's that soft. We've seen softer penalties in this tournament. I think he's just been done for pace. And Bailly does Munini for pace. And it's a chance here. It's a chance here for Senegal to go 3 goals up and seal their first place. It was a clear penalty. You think he's gonna miss it? We are edging closer. Sheriff Njai to take the penalty. Let's see what happens here. Scores. And it's 3-0. And it's 3-0. Sheriff Njai. He scores. And that's it. Game over. They finished top of the group. Anyway. And we'll take that. That is it. No red card. Foul, but not a serious risk of injury. 3-0. 3. And that is it. That is it. It's game over. It's not officially yet, but it is game over now. They finished top of the group after a bit of a struggle there towards the end. A bit of stress there towards the end. We've got 30 seconds plus 30 seconds left. They might add on a little bit more to ref, but I think it's game over. So you might as well put them out there in misery. Benin trying to push forward on the attack now. They have nothing else to play for. They finished third in this group. They will end up in this position here. So I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a roundup of the group and then also a roundup of where we are in terms of the bracket and the final 16 teams. We're getting closer now. And it's a corner. It's a corner. Hey, and then leave us alone, fam. Corner. Cleared away. Mooney trying to get through. We're waiting for the final whistle here. And it's game. 3-0 to Senegal. And they win Group D with 10 men. Kalidou Koulibaly sent off late towards the game. A penalty awarded to Senegal. And Sheriff Ndai score it. And they stay in Tangier. And let's go into who they face. They finished top of the group, level on points with Congo as they both won their final games, but the goal difference far superior in the end for Senegal. Benin lose this game but finish third in the group, and they face Egypt in the last 16. But let's go into all of these games now in the bracket. So it is Mali, Tunisia. Senegal will be waiting on the winner on the third place in Group E, which will most likely end up as Sudan, but you never know what could happen in terms of the results tomorrow. Egypt, as I mentioned, will take on Benin as well on the fifth in Agadir. We are waiting to see what happens between the Group F and Group E. Who's going to be winner in Group F and runner-up in Group E? South Africa will take on the runner-up in Group F. Morocco and Tanzania face off against each other on, I believe that would be Sunday. Algeria take on Congo, who finished runners-up. That's going to be a good game anyway on January 6th, which will be on the Tuesday. And Nigeria are awaiting who's going to end up third place in Group F. As it stands, it is going to be Mozambique, but it could end up being Ivory Coast. It could end up being Cameroon, depending on the results in all of those games. He's saying Benin has been rubbish in this tournament. Yes, Hassan, Comoros are out. They are out. I'll give you the reasons why. They had a -2 goal difference. They finished on 2 points, whereas Angola had a -1 goal difference, but they'd conceded 3 and scored 2. Tanzania also finished on -1, but they'd scored more goals. They scored 3 goals, but conceded also more goals, 4 goals. So I think it was on goals scored is the reason why Tanzania are ahead of Angola and Comoros. But Comoros have been eliminated. Angola have been eliminated. Tanzania made it through with 2 points from their 3 games. So it is what it is. I know, I just seen Wolves score. Allow it. Anyway, big up to everybody, people. We'll be back tomorrow. The final group games, groups E and F. We'll be looking to see what happens between Algeria, Burkina Faso, Sudan, Equatorial Guinea. And then we'll see what happens in the evening between Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Mozambique, and Gabon. We'll be back, people. This was entertaining towards the end. It's going to be even more entertaining tomorrow in those final group games. And then we'll have the final bracket for the final 16 teams here at Afcon 2025. Big up to everybody who's been watching, wherever you're watching. If you're on Pros Only Sports, make sure you're hitting the like button and subscribe button as well if you're new. If you're on X, follow the account Pros Only Sports. Also do so on TikTok, on Instagram. We'll be back tomorrow, people. Big up to everybody. Hope you have a good evening. Peace.